through the choke.
Smoke over towards Waterfall, but they're in ahead of this one. And Jing, what a track on the headshot. Famous going to be taken down there on the slide. Does manage to find Patman, but Jing, he's able to come away with 2 kills. The spike now dropped. Forsaken swooping out, finding one. DOS9, their bonus. Well set up to try to contend with this, and Jing is up over the top. Now he's got a showstopper. He's lobbed it in. NC Slasher is dead. And this round is damn near over. DOS9 lingering here within the smoke. Looks like not really being given too much of a consideration. Does manage to push out to find Patman, but Devi massacres 2 with a stinger. Gets a hefty upgrade. And Berserks has nothing to do. Something wants to get involved, wants to find a piece of the action. He's going to be drifting around the back, and he's going to be finding the headshot.
He's actually in front of the site here.
Oh, yes, he is. And he's dead.
Gone.
Jing is hitting a little bit different these last 2 days. Devi similarly. Looking alive and well. DOS9 just managed to find the headshot. Jing will suffer his first death, as this does get brought into a 3v3 with a weapon upgrade.
Yeah, you're going to have to go pick up the spike as well eventually. Still do have both controllers available for Boom, so you can toy with these rotations as well with the Viper's toxic screen over towards the A site. DOS9 wait to get his smokes back online, but really you need to find some timing.
Oh, Berserks.
I don't know if he didn't spot him.
There's no ping down. Either way, Wall gets raised, and he's going to have to tap the door, you would suspect, but Forsaken will just go ahead and find the headshot. See Slasher now recovering a weapon, swiftly puts it to use. Keeps it now into a 2v2. Spike is trying to be brought through the baby door and around. 30 seconds remaining, but Paper X have double stacked this angle. DOS9 now clearing out one, trying to fake the exit towards A, and looks like Patman does bite the bait.
Does have a seize and a haunt, depending on what angle he can come from.
They can be he can rotate to C.
Yeah, and that'll actually provide a little bit of assurance time as well. More time that you can play with the just spike.
10 seconds left.
Bit of an open plant here. Where does he want to go though?
Spike planted.
He's going to try to push up, can play the close angle here. Waterfall. Footsteps are heard. Should have the jump. Ooh, the shot rings out. I'm not sure if Patman had actually cleared him there. No, he's got a haunt and a seize. Tucks back around the corner, and it's just going to get caught there on a timing.
30 seconds left.
Just hang back, dodge the stun. Famous ready to push, but something just a little bit snappier with it.
20
Takes him to pieces, yeah, 20 seconds, and there's still that Odin locked inside of tree. Forsaken's just spraying through now, finds the first, NC Slasher gonna be taken down. In this round, it's over. They need the breakthrough, and they just absolutely cannot. Wall never got popped.
Yeah.
And there you go. No back-to-back gonna be found.
Get on in, but Boomer changing it up. They wanted to go.
Up and over the top. Jing just Goomba stomping him there, but he actually dies to fall damage. Bit of a king moment there, as now the Armageddon going to be rolling out. Devi in the push forward ahead of this one, but DOS9 is there. Has the angle, has the headshot. Something arrives on the site. Still just the open hand though. Ooh, as what a flick and a half. I have no idea how he managed to find that, but they have bought time. The spike never planted throughout this here. Now being committed to. Splash sent up and over the top. The peak coming in. Patman leading the charge and finding them both. Paper X. Nothing spotted. Now goes for the pink, and Famous with a great headshot. Beats him down. DOS9 looking to try to reposition. Gets himself in deep over by C. Cover going out. It's the one-way setup.
Finally a situation as well for Boom where they can get the plant down and have enough time to set up for a post-plant.
But they don't have the pit to try to go along with it.
Devi can actually, yeah, remove the guns.
Says, let's put you back on a Thrifty. Overdrive going to be popped though, and Famous. He likes those odds. Pushing forward, able to find one. DOS9 holding things down at the back as Famous comes away with a third. Forsaken now has to do the lion's share of the work, and that is an immense amount of immediate damage. Famous with a 4K.
Maybe door back towards B though. And Paper X starting to rotate towards A. There goes Forsaken.
Yep, Famous able to find it. After shock, hold off the approach here. Jing swooping around. 2 players now contained back behind this smoke, where Berserk's going to try to hold the line, but gets full flash. They turn around, and they're able to find it. For a second, it looked like it might have ended with disaster. Double push forward into the smoke, shorty in hand. Jing ends up falling to the wayside. Now 3v3. Famous looking for the shot, but it's going to be Patman who finds it. Just over the shoulder with the op. Doesn't find the contact, and now Spike opened up to start getting tapped here. Swing out, Devi. Holding from the one angle, loses out the fight. Patman now asked to clutch this out. And see Slasher down to a sliver, dead. But does he read the reposition? Has the shorty. Seems like he has an idea, but the time is starting to dwindle. Footsteps gonna be heard. Gets it down to half, and Patman! Does he actually have it? Oh! Not quite 0.3 seconds away.
Set it up.
Jump out. It's gonna be one and an exit. Patman left to his own devices, but the Seas will cover his retreat. Smoke sent. Lingers within. Meanwhile, double push around the back is Forsaken, trying to readjust, but Jing right there to play off it as well. As Shiro now putting his sights through and losing the fight. Jing comes away with another kill as something does end up falling. Breaks open the C site here. The last two remaining players, but both of them tagged up.
Point and click for Famous. Doesn't matter about the HP.
Spike planted.
Timing though from Patman, swinging around the back. Watched here by NC Slasher. The first shot missed here. Patman in perfect position to capitalize. Doesn't read NC Slasher's spot, but now has all the info that they need. From here, the Rolling Thunder, far too risky. 14 health remaining. And Jing, he'll peek out, he'll see the shorty, and the rocket that can flush out a Viper, but something, never mind, is gonna be taken down. Rocket does go flying, damage found on a Famous, but kill not coming through. Swings in with the stinger, but Jing finds the headshot. Is able to shut down the enemy Neon. Ultimately a trade up here for the side of Paper Rex, player advantage in their hands. And now everyone from Boom committed and contained within this Rebel position.
Big duel to actually win here.
But now they're going to think that they can rotate out, and Forsaken is lurking with a judge around the corner. If they choose to go into B, they might just save themselves, but otherwise, a drift towards C, towards Mound could cost them.
Oh, but it does look like they're toying with the idea of C.
They're clustered up. This could be devastating. There's one. Can't find the second.
They're actually going to beat Paper Rex towards this C side too, so maybe finally we're going to get the pit in play for Berserks.
The two players with ults at the ready. NC Slasher gives it a consideration, opts to go ahead, save it here, perhaps for the post plant. Pit goes in first, but Patman on a little bit of a faster timing, pushes forward, finds him. NC Slasher now has to do it all, but the peek over the top. It would be one of the biggest comebacks that we have seen. There's context included. Flashes out onto multiple players. Shiro able to find one, but I mean, it's just lost in the sauce. Ends up falling to something's hands. DOS9 though, nice little lurk behind the box. Finds Patman, finds Devi. DOS9 continuing to try to be the hero here for the team, but Jing cutting him down with the Sheriff and finding the follow-up onto Famous. There's something checking around towards stairs and hits the headshot through the corner.
Pivot towards the A site now as well, and I'm looking at the utility of Boom. You have nothing really to play for on this retake.
No paranoia, just a fault line, and it's already going to be sent as they try to get themselves into positions, but you still have a Viper that's a world away. Jing, however, does get caught. DOS9 at top just managed to go ahead and find the one, flashing into the swing out, and Divide collecting another. It's himself two, finishing off that low HP member, but it's Berserks.
It's not
only
the worst.
two half armors actually here, so not too bad, but Divide just disrespects the smoke, pushing forward, catching DOS9 and Famous. That would have been one hell of a flick. Close but no cigar, something does get taken down. Alt gained in death, and it's Prowler to try to check around the back, and so far Berserks avoiding detection. The bound across, Jing still somehow comes away with that kill. The judge now from Forsaken just storming forward towards Waterfall. And even gets Shiro down to 67, the armor ripped away from him.
And you've got an operator, remember, for this retake. Do you have to consider saving this to the next round?
I think you absolutely do. But at that point, you're no longer playing for the win, you're playing to try to push it into overtime. We'll see what the call does end up looking like for Boom. Might be best to just cut the losses here on the map and then focus forward for their own map pick. NC Slasher, however, is able to find one, the judge for now on the ground. Showstopper, however, similarly at the ready. Just looking to try to contain them back. Boom, pushing forward, persevering. Paint shell sent. Jing frantically trying to figure out Shiro's position, trying to scare him off and force him back. A bit of damage here, now down to 21. Swing onto the corner though, Forsaken, doubling back, is able to find DOS9. Shiro, dead. Devi, got the stinger, pushes in, finds Berserks.
That's the
Slasher fishing through the smoke, is able to find one. The spike drop for a brief little moment. Famous with the off. The swing down, and NC Slasher loses the fight. Famous has to do it all. The question is, again, do you save it or do you try to play it out? His teammates will have relayed how low some of these players are, but now he's trapped in, slides across, gets the no-scope. Oh, tiny bit of style perhaps.
One bullet.
One bullet. Reloads. Can he split this? No. The Bucky will once again sing out here for the moment. Push up, close angle. Jing able to find one before being taken down. Jump up into the smoke. Shorty shot not quite connecting there as something. Quick little exit. Forsaken in the meantime, though, he's pinching forward. He's gotten himself as well over to the baby door. And now this back rubble position is all but shattered. Wide open as it's just DOS9 and Berserk's left standing.
Yeah, DOS9 could get out of there, but his teammate couldn't. And Berserk's just used the pit at the C site, remember? So they kind of knew where he was already.
Just TPing in, checking things out. Nothing spotted Berserk's. Just the stinger in the smoke. As the C's gets a grab. I think noise has been made. And like you're pointing out to me now, yep, Devi still on a lurk. Missing maybe a timing. DOS9 seemingly has
on here though.
Contact. That's gonna be the sun coming out a little bit too late. Berserk's out from tower, able to find one, but cannot get the trade up to try to equalize. Is hello something. DOS9 takes his time, finds the kill, cherishes it for a moment, but then has his life wrested away from him. As Ching has another fiery hot start here to the pistol round. Push out. This is going to be the 4K. Has the paint shells. Might try to spread the love around here a little bit more. As
oh, hang on.
Might be regretting that, but there you go. Goes off the peak, finds it. Fast lane to try to escort them forward. Tucked into the corner, never checked here, but might not matter as Forsaken finding one. Now peeks back out there. Made aware. Batman still with that Spectre. Getting himself another 2 kills. Forced to reposition. Salvo's holding him back here for the moment as the smokes get ready to dissipate. Gets retucked into the corner. Nothing to flush him out, but double stuns available here for Shiro and Famous. Shiro finding one. Batman, the Vandal recovered, picked up. Pushing forward. Just the pistol drawn out here in the smoke. Dissipating. Tags him to 60. Swinging around, the off shot, gonna be good for it here is Famous. Bonus conversion, not to come through, which, that's gonna be a decent amount of splash damage on the DOS9. As drop down from Shiro, is able to find one, but then Paper X opens up the firing squad. 2 more kills in reply.
Yeah, good trades. They'll settle themselves down now for the post plant. Remember, the Rolling Thunder is available.
Still in the back pocket here to try to defend. Situated here in main. Famous just taking a bit of a blind shot there. Forsaken is asleep at the wheel. Well, that's going to force the Rolling Thunder. Connects on the 2. Time continuing the tick here. This fault line gets set. Swoop out. Berserk's good to find Jing. Comes up with that kill, but they still need to break through the door. Berserk's trying to lead the charge. Finds the headshot. That leaves Patman now alone to try to clutch it out. Gets some damage across. The stun. Connecting. The op shot. Missing. But NC Slasher hitting, but the time 2-person face forward. Jing now trapped into the corner. The Armageddon starting to go across. Patman going to be taken down as DOS9 is able to find one. The rest of the players trying to escape, but Forsaken eventually found. DOS9 now with an orbital strike online. Famous set up on a nice line. Is able to find Jing to buy. Forced basically just to be the setup here at Arcade. Shots starting to come through, and by a side, Paper X still going to be in a little bit of a rough spot as that's unassisted. Forsaken goes in, dies. Famous peeks. Padman dies.
So far, so good for Boom.
Excellent. Well, that's not going to do much of anything there. Puts the fear of God into him with the shorty. Lets him know that this tower position not going to be easily breached. Devi able to find Shiro, but swiftly falls to NC Slasher. Famous watching the ropes. Goes ahead, cleans up Jing. Famous, he's gonna go for it. Oh, flash out, maybe not.
I mean, it's just another scenario where you're going together as a team, making sure you're not giving something an opportunity.
Smoke's down.
Doesn't see him, doesn't see the spike. Something just gonna be sat in position, but these jiggle peaks gonna be the pain of his existence here. Too many angles to try to clear out. Once again.
30 seconds left.
What do you even say?
Yeah.
You just do it time and time again. Okay, there we go.
Turret getting activated.
Oh,
Drive popped, and then Forsaken is just sending it in towards the spawn, and he's almost gonna come away with two, and Devi's right there with the follow-up. Jing considers it, pulls off the angle there at the end. The boom bot not gonna be lasting too long, but now a timing here on this lockdown. Placed in front of Jen, but Shiro looking to try to catch them by surprise. Swinging the corner, finds the first. Looks to try to clear it out, but something bails them out. Gets that kill. Now it's on Famous. A Vandal versus two Sheriffs, both players full HP. A flash on Molly between them. A reposition. Default line now. Sent, the stun connecting. And something just swinging around the back, catching him by surprise. Vicious about this potential position here, but now is at risk of getting caught and will. It's gonna be the orbital that takes him down. Nice little trap play set up from the side of Boom as Gunbarrel gets spotted out. Jing still able to find one before getting picked apart.
Yeah, you still are at a deficit though as Paper X hit. Into the site.
Plant committed to Devi with the operator, not something that we get to see nearly as much these days. Maybe once Sunset comes back into the mix. For now, we'll have that in hand. Overdrive in the charge of Shiro. Very suspicious about this smoke. Something just trying to stay tucked, and so far has not been flushed out. The jump forward, looks to try to steady it, can't quite make it happen, but has done a significant amount of damage. DOS9 at 30 HP. Famous, however, on the peak, instantaneous, finding Devi, leaving Patman now to try to clutch it out. Finds the first, backpedals, has a fault line, even has a rolling thunder. And he's not going to be shy about it, it would seem. Taps the door. Fault line sent. Famous not sticking to it. Push coming through, and Jing. Uncharacteristic whiffs, doesn't even find much damage. Shiro really losing a tiny smattering of armor. Sight still does get taken, plant coming in, rolling thunder held. But Armageddon, I don't think that Patman's going to be able to get away from this one. Oh, he's barely slides out. What a narrow window. And now he's got the rolling thunder at the ready. Orbital strike will start. Forcing back NC Slasher from drop. Something swinging up towards Sand. Ends up getting taken down as Divine. Finding one with the op, eating a flash. Rolling thunder holds the rest of the team back. 2v3, looking for the smoke timing, Forsaken, finding the headshot, and they're just picking their targets and nailing them.
30 seconds left.
Retap, just a spray through. Berserk's able to find him. Forsaken massacres two. Divine out, sights back over. Lockdown is brought forward, and Berserk's has his work cut out for him.
Oh, something's quite low.
Takes the first step.
He knows where they've gone.
Alarm bot, yeah, gets the trigger there. Something escaping forward into tower. Low on HP, as you say. No utility between them. With just a turret. It's just going to be the blind push into tower, and Berserks is able to find it. Might just be able to bring this back into their favor. The tap, the scale forward. Forsaken, though. It's going to go ahead and call for a three-player push out from that B side, but Berserks just had it aligned, but couldn't quite find that final shot. Still does an immense amount of damage, finds the kill on the Jing, opens things up here for the team. DOS9, however, going to be overwhelmed here at the attacker's spawn. He's taken down at the spike, now planted.
Something does have 3 Sky Smokes as well. Put them to his heart's content.
Tap at the door, the bounce forward. Shiro, great readjust. Finds something. Forsaken gets Shiro, and NC Slasher is going to be taken down. Now it's just sliding Neons right at each other, but Famous comes out on top. The tap at the spike. The Sheriff from Devi! Glass Cannon Bulldog.
Yeah.
Jing around the corner. Putting some damage through there. Patman swinging in, trying to reinforce this position. DOS9, however, is able to collect 2. Opens things up a bit, while Berserks, Glass Cannon, coming up with value.
Getting cheeky.
Tries to slide up into the smoke. Forsaken still slow walking in the halls with that outlaw.
DOS9 holding for it though.
Forsaken finding the first shot. Can he pick up the weapon? He's going to look to do so. Ends up dying though. Berserks from drop, finding it. Something now. Has to try to pull this one off. Shiro, salvos at the ready. There's the tap. Forcing it back away, guaranteeing that there's just not going to be enough time. Berserks will end up falling. There's something. Door left unlocked, and boom, looking to just make themselves right at home. Jing, no, nice shot, finds the kill there on a Famous, but NC Slasher coming away with 2. As well as finding an immense amount of damage on the Jing before getting taken down by the Showstopper. Something trying to steady those shots, but DOS9 a little bit faster with it. Finds a headshot, keeps him with the advantage. And Devi is still at B with a judge. Push forward, getting ready to come through. Something trying to watch the angle here with that Sheriff. The push out. It's going to be Devi with the Phantom. He's able to catch him by surprise. Dancing around the wall is Forsaken. To the opposite side, finds NC Slasher, and Paper Rex are doing it again. He's got the Outlaw, but now they have it confirmed. Spike picked up.
Spike planted.
Berserks has to go absolutely crazy. Destroyed by it. Forsaken is about to be rewarded. How does he get away with that? Even into a half buy. And Jing now finds Famous. Berserks shoot forward, trying to take some forward space, but a glimpse is going to be found, and there's the stunt. Batman swinging out. So damn snappy with it, finds the headshot. NC Slasher tucked away. It's just 2 stingers in their hands, forced into the open by the Molly. And he can only deliver 1 more. 2 players on this side of the map. The Nanoswarm going to be disrespected. Famous trying to run him down. The Shorty drawn out, but a tiny bit of damage going to be found. That Paint Shell, however, might find more as Jing, position given up, shifts forward towards Arcade, and eventually will be found. Berserks comes away with it. Something trying to go off of timing, but Famous just a little bit faster. Forsaken now sliding forward. I mean, he's just getting shot by the turret behind. But do they realize that he's in this spot? It seems like the answer is no. Elbow taken off, Famous 5 HP. The AWP would be overkill, and it will not find the chance. As Patman now a 1v4 clutch to try to bring this to a conclusion. Oh, what a catch! Doesn't squander it. Overdrive here from Famous, doesn't manage to find one, but Jing
Spike down. B.
takes down Shiro, the Showstopper, at the ready. Famous at tower, sends it to the side. Nothing gonna be found there, but lockdown just to create some more shallow angles. Jing trying to counter swing out, eventually finds it. It's all down to NC Slash.